Okay, welcome back, screwheads. This is what I like to call the blue elephant right here. I'm just being honest with you. I've had a lot of cars in my day, and I bought a lot of used vehicles, but this one here takes the cake. I mean, I can't tell you how many repairs I've done on this vehicle. Here's another one here, look. Needs a new, whatever the hell that thing's called, washer deal there. Okay, aside from the flat tire I got last week and everything else that you guys have viewed on my videos, welcome to the blue elephant. And there is the door, interior door. There's my trusty Haynes manual. I listen to that over any mechanic on the planet. Any of you screwheads don't have one of those, I highly recommend it. Then when somebody tells you, hey, do it this way, do it that way, tell them you read in the book that that's not the way you're supposed to do it. And don't trust somebody that doesn't agree with you, unless you know they're highly trained. Anyways, here's the door, the inside of it. You gotta unhook that. I'm not sure if you're supposed to disconnect the battery or not, but I did not. I have not disconnected it yet because the Haynes manual does not tell me to do it. It does say disconnect it whenever you're using electrical equipment, but I haven't really messed with too much electrical stuff here. Here's the door. Basically just pops right off. You know. First you gotta unscrew those two screws right there. The two small ones. They come from inside of the two screws. First of all, you gotta pop off that reflector. That's separate. Those two, this thing here, obviously you know what that is. It's where the door lock goes and the door handle goes in this hole. You take that off right after you take this out. This is the actual window. And I'm going to be honest with you, it was surprisingly easy to take it apart. Normally a guy like me, I break stuff like this. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. As pissed off as I was that I had to do this job, it's been surprisingly easy. Even though usually these plastic things here, usually they pop right off. The water protectant sealer or whatever that thing is. Usually they pop right off. Alright, screwheads. So anyway, I took the door apart and I'm trying to diagnose what's wrong with it now. That right there is the wire and clip that was plugged into the actual door knob, the button that rolls the window down. So I grounded the clip and I took out my trusty light tester here, and now remember, I don't know my ass from my elbow, so any idiot could figure this out. And I simply put that, I believe what's the positive, and it lit right up. You see that? I'm guessing positive, negative, and ground, or whatever. I tested this thing here, and there's nothing in there. There's only two clips. Anyway, so that, I think, if I'm correct, that means that I'm getting a power supply from that wire, and it runs into there, down through that wire, and up into that front door there, where the master controls are. So I'm definitely getting power from there. I'll be back with the next step. Screws, there were rivets. So I had to get a nice bit, plug in my power drill, and you know, I had to go to Lowe's and get a nice golden bit forgive me if I forget the name of it right now. I just forget because I'm stressing. But anyways, I went and got a nice bit. I drilled through the rivets, and it, you know, if you get a nice bit, it takes you about like 2-3 minutes per rivet. There was only 5 rivets I had to take off. So here's where the part gets a little crazy. So I bought a motor, just the motor, not the regulator. I bought just the motor at AutoZone. So just when I thought it couldn't get any worse with the rivets in the vehicle, I pulled out the assembly here, and what did I find? I will show you what I found. I found this hooked on to this this thing was riveted together like that. Look, the whole thing, it was all riveted together. So what did I do? I just drilled holes. So if you find these things together and there's rivets in them, I wanted to record it so you could see me drilling it, but I was frustrated, so I just went ahead and did it. But you can almost still see the dust from where I drilled. See the dust? There's dust. That's from where I drilled. Don't be afraid. Just don't get too big of a drill bit, because if you do, then you'll have problems getting the hardware back on. So the bottom line is, folks, now that I have this, this is the one that I purchased here at AutoZone, a brand new one. It's fairly inexpensive, you know, about $40. If you got the AutoZone card, it'll only cost you, you know, $25 or whatever, because I had some points on it. So basically, there's the part. You drill the rivets out, disconnect it, and apply it to the new one. Alright, well, I put the new regulator in, and motor, whatever you want to call it. There's a couple bolts in there. I lifted the window almost all the way up. It's black because there's a trash bag on the window still. There was a lot of bolts in there. There's the 3 bolts that I ended up putting back in. 1, 2, 3. If I didn't do it that way, I would have had to use new rivets. There's also a clamp here on the seat here. See it right there? That came with the part. I did not use it on the new part because the old part didn't have it either. So I just installed this identically to the old part. Now I'm going to put this last screw in here. Connects to the window, you know, where the white clamps are, the white brackets underneath that door. I gotta get my hand under there. So this is the last bolt, and then I'm gonna test it out, so I'll come back when I test it. Okay, folks, well, looks like I finished the job. Now we're gonna test her out. Put it all together. I plugged this thing in. First of all, I plugged that in right there. It's very simple. You just plug it right in there. And then I plug this guy in. You can only put it in one way. There's no way to mess it up. Here's the window. Here's the button going down. So it works, as you can see. I can't really get a good look on the camera, but see it going down? Okay, see it? Now I'm going to go over here. Just so you know that I didn't screw anything up. I'm going to use this one here to roll it up. See? I'm going to go on the window. I've still got my finger on it. See it going up, down, up. You can tell that it's brand new just by the way it sounds. Now I don't know if you can see the smoke out there on the car. This car's not doing so hot. But sooner or later I'll get around to fixing it. Well, I hope that helped you all out.